Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my next Afterthought review to My Little Pony Tell Your Tale, Season 2, Episodes 1 through 10, including the Wonky Blonkies. So I'm gonna do an Afterthought review the good old-fashioned way, because I'm starting to remember why I used to do videos this way, because it's not such a big production, and I can just basically just sit and talk about what I think about the episodes, and, well, hopefully move on to other stuff, so... In some ways, I should have already made a video like this at some point, but I guess with an episode every week, it's just like, So I'm gonna try grouping them in like every 10 episodes or so, and we'll see how this works out. Overall, with Tell Your Tale, that, yeah, the 5-minute format definitely has its limitations, so I really am glad to hear that they're gonna do these 20-minute specials, because there's definitely times where it warrants it, but I think in general the 5-minute format actually kind of works out okay. I mean, sure, it has its limitations, and it is difficult to have impactful episodes in only 5 minutes, but even so, there actually have been a couple of impactful 5-minute episodes, like Swirlpool Starlight was an excellent one. I still think that it is succeeding at being impactful and getting its point across within the time, and I also do have to admit that I remember doing a lot of MLP Friendship is Magic reactions and saying, this episode would have been better as a short, because most of these stories and lessons are pretty straightforward. In some ways, we don't really need a full 20 minutes to go explain this lesson. Because yeah, the flow of most episodes of Friendship is Magic where there's a pony with a problem, they're either ignoring it or they'll try to deal with it on their own. It leads to some sort of horrible disaster, which then leads the ponies to do what they should have done to begin with, which is just go and just sit and talk it out. So in some cases, by avoiding the horrible disaster and just cutting to the chase, is that we can kind of just get to the point a lot quicker. And I think in general that, you know, with the whole thing of streaming and everyone being so busy, having a 5-minute episode, it's in some ways kind of fits almost the culture and or the world that we live in right now. So I think the 5-minute episodes in general are working out, and it is definitely good to, you know, have the 20-minute specials from time to time, and as this series perhaps continues to be successful, that maybe we'll get more of those 20-minute episodes. But overall, I think that this series and this format are actually working okay, and I look forward to seeing more. So that was just one of the episodes themselves and what they were basically about. I mean, it was kind of a mix of almost maintenance episodes that are setting up for bigger things in the future, and in some ways classic children's show / slice of life episodes where this character is dealing with this thing, like Jazz has a crush on Rocky, but there were actually quite a few, in some ways, bigger picture / maintenance episodes where we're introducing a new character, a new world that we will probably, expand upon and, learn about in the future. Definitely Allura, Twitch, the Alicorn Land of Skyros, the Board Trot, the Mysterious Room, the Spell Book. There's definitely a lot that was introduced in the first 10 episodes, because with only having 5 minutes, they almost have to do that. Yeah, we almost have to spend a whole 5 minutes just to set up for an episode in the future, and I think that works out okay. And a lot of these things I actually really liked. We get to see Sunny thinking about, oh, what if I'm the Obi Alicorn, and starting to, not just be sad about that, but actually, you know what, let's go and see if there's other Alicorns out there. Misty and the Mysterious Room and the Spell Book. We actually now have an official student of magic who's actually a spellcaster. That's very interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing where that's going, because yeah, these ponies have learned a very rudimentary basic thing of magic. It's like, oh, we can use it to levitate things, but unicorn magic has so many other uses that these ponies don't even know about. So to see a pony learning about those things is kind of exciting, and interested to see where they're going to go with that. So, the Blocky Walkies, introducing the Board Trot. Izzy basically, on a search for her creativity, created this whole new area for the main 6 and the rest of Equestria to enjoy, apparently using the power of her own creativity and the Nova Charm, which has now been split into several pieces, is now across the Board Trot, which has made Allura very sad, because now she thinks she's trapped there. But again, I don't think that's probably the case, and I think Allura is going to attempt to get those pieces of the Nova Charm back. And again, Allura herself is actually kind of interesting. It appears they could be setting up for almost a redemption arc, or that, maybe she's not so bad after all. Because in the very first episode of the season, Sunny is basically saying that, oh, we don't know why Allura's here. We should really give her a second chance, and That was kind of unexpected, but I actually agree with that. We don't know anything about Allura. I mean, sure, Allura has done some very bad stuff, but at the same time, we don't really know the true reason why she's doing this. But I have a feeling that she could have a lot more in common with Misty than we think. It'll be interesting to see where they go with that. At the same time, I do also like how Zip is like, well, in case she's not, we'll be ready for her. So we're still gonna give her a chance, but we're still gonna be prepared if she turns out to be evil. So, So yeah, there was a lot of interesting character stuff going on in these episodes. Sunny, Misty, Allura, and even Twitch. At first I thought Allura and Twitch were almost classic supervillain and minion, but there might be more going on there, and that, you know, Allura might actually care about Twitch, and Twitch actually matters to her, and she's seeing, like, this giant magical blast about to hit, like, Twitch, and it's like, Twitch, look out! And leaps over to save him, so, ooh. Simpler question is, why is this buddy helping this giant snow leopard? Yeah, there's definitely a story there that hasn't yet been told, and I'm interested to learning more, so, I really liked Swirlpool Starlight because it was really about Misty in some ways dealing with her past and putting her past and all these horrible things in the past and looking to the future and being like, yeah, I've done some bad stuff, but there's so many cool, amazing things for me in the future because I have this amazing group of friends. No. And even though this episode was only 5 minutes long, it was still pretty impactful and I enjoyed it. And I hope that we get to see more of this stuff in the future. Because yeah, those are the moments that make MLP more than just another television show. And I look forward to seeing more of those. So, the Lone Alicorn was also a really good episode because it was yet another character episode, this time dealing with Sunny and, you know, her almost realization of that, what if I'm the only Alicorn? I'd be all alone. Aww. And then with a little bit of help from Zip, basically deciding that, you know what, instead of just being sad about it, we're actually going to go out and see if there are other Alicorns out there, basically confirming that there is this land called Skyros where the Alicorns supposedly live, and they're going to go off and try to find it, so that's very exciting, because that could mean that we might get to see some of the Alicorns of the past, maybe Celestia and Luda, so that could be very exciting, so... And it would also just be great for Sunny to, you know, just meet other Alicorns and realize that she's not alone. I think it'd be really good for Sunny to, you know, and meet and talk with and learn from other Alicorns. So that all is very exciting. So, Then there was a couple of very important episodes that are kind of setting up for bigger things in the future. Definitely the Blocky Walkies, the Board Trot, the Nova Charm being broken into pieces, and this other Auroricorn, who I believe her name is Star Dancer. Ooh, these are new and interesting characters, and definitely interesting locations. It'll be interesting to see what we do with those characters and where they go with all that. And again, I hope that we get to see Destiny soon so that she learns that Izzy is okay. I don't want Destiny to be worried about Izzy. I want her to know that Izzy's okay and is looking forward to meeting her again in the future. So, and finally, buried in a good book is, even though we've seen this basic story before of the characters being pulled into a book, this was actually kind of interesting because first off, it's a spell book. And I again was kind of surprised that this is, you know, not like a classroom or something. This is Questopia, land of magical and dangerous quests. Then again, in some ways, what better way to train and test magical skills than going on an epic magic quest? So, and again, I love the book fairy. It's like, she is such a unexpected but likable character. I can't really describe her character, but all I know is her character and her motivations are kind of interesting and odd, but I like them. She may not hate her job or anything, but it feels like she doesn't really like doing her job, or she's just repeating what the manual says that she should say. Welcome to Questopia, land of magic, dangerous quests. But in any case, I hope we get to see the Book Fairy and Xantor because he's so sweet when he's not being furious. And I look forward to seeing where they go with those characters and Questopia and the Spellbook in general. So, So I guess overall, as a whole, the first 10 episodes of season 2 are actually pretty good. There was actually quite a bit of music, and overall I think they're introducing some interesting things. I do have to say, sometimes I think that this season might be getting a little heavy-handed. Like, the mantras are kinda nice, but sometimes they feel like a little bit too much. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like with Misty, I think Misty's works most of the time because she's basically summoning her strength and her courage to face whatever situation she's currently facing at the moment. But like Hitch, who's like kindness, she's going on about how kind he is, and yet he's basically powering up to deal with something in a usually not very kind way. So sometimes it does feel like these episodes are being very heavy-handed with in some ways, the magic of friendship stuff. Like in Heavy is the main that wears the fruit crown. Do we really need to invoke the magic of friendship to help Pip wear this ridiculously oversized hat that she can't possibly wear? That felt excessive in some ways. At the same time, that was kind of the point they were trying to make, is that when we all work together, we can accomplish anything. So I think they do need to be a little bit careful, because it's going to be pretty easy for them to just simply use these too much, and then it just simply becomes too much. But in any case, I actually do like the mantras. I think it was actually a good idea, because so much about the Cutie Mark magic and everything is about what makes them special and unique. It's not just simply, I recite this spell and I become all-powerful. They're summoning, in some ways, their own sparkle, the thing that makes them special and unique to, in some ways, summon their magic. So I think that's actually a pretty good idea, and I like it. So overall, I think the first 10 episodes of season 2 were actually pretty good. I think there was a fair amount of, new music, and it was all pretty good, and there was a lot of character stuff going on. Things are being set in motion that hopefully we're gonna, see come to fruition in the future. And overall, I think that they're doing a pretty good job, and I'm looking forward to seeing where all this goes in the future, and I definitely look forward to seeing more. So that is the end of my afterthought review of My Little Pony Tell Your Tale Season 2, Episodes 1 through 10, including the Walkie Blocky special. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.